In this episode, we visit another Adriatic gem, the stunning port of Kotor, and I'll share some tips for visiting this incredible destination. After experiencing a wonderfully scenic sailing into port, I get to ride on one of Oosterdam's tender boats. Then we visit somewhere which has been on my bucket list for quite a while. I'll cover some of the key highlights in Kotor Old Town and discover what I think is the best poolside burger at sea. I'll also tour some of the entertainment venues on board Oosterdam. After leaving Dubrovnik yesterday evening, we sailed southbound on the Adriatic Sea to the port of Kotor. If you haven't seen my previous episodes yet, then check out the links in the description below to catch up. My day started early so I could capture the spectacular sail into Kotor. I headed up to the front of the ship on the open deck in front of the fitness centre to get the best view. During the sailing, I also got a chance to preview some of the places that I'd visit later in the day. The sail into Kotor is definitely one you shouldn't miss. If you've ever sailed through the Norwegian fjords, it's a similar experience. And it's no wonder that this is known as Europe's most southernmost fjords. The most dramatic part of the sailing is the last half hour before docking, when you enter the Bay of Kotor, just as you pass through the Värd Strait, which is only 350 metres wide and is the narrowest strait in the bay. So let's pause here for you to enjoy some scenic footage with a handy map for reference. After filming the sailing, I returned to my balcony for yet another delicious room service breakfast, watching the tender boats get ready for a busy day before heading out on one of the tender boats myself. Today was a busy day in port with 4 cruise ships visiting. Since we were at tender rather than docked portside, I was able to get a great view of the ship from the water, and I always love a tender ride to shore. The tender ride took around 10 minutes, and the whole process was quite smooth and well organised. As I was part of a ship's shore excursion, I was on one of the first tenders to leave the ship. If you're not on a shore excursion, you might have to wait a little longer for a later tender, but that gives you a bit more time for a leisurely breakfast and time to soak in the scenery. Once docked, it was just a short walk to pick up our excursion tour bus, which was parked by the river or north gate in the old town. If you're exploring on your own, then there's plenty to do in Kotor, including the hop-on, hop-off bus. Here's my list of things to see and do if you're visiting port for the day. I've put much more information and tips in my port guide to Kotor, which is available on my website and coming up in a separate video. Our first stop on this shore excursion was the picturesque coastal village of Perast. Its Venetian heritage and connections are clearly evident in its architecture. From Perast, we boarded a small boat onto our next stop, which was Our Lady of the Rocks, a place I've wanted to visit for such a long time. This man-made island's history is fascinating, and our tour guide was able to provide lots of informative insights during our visit inside the small church with its breathtaking paintings. We had a short stop of around 30 to 45 minutes, and this is enough to explore the church and snap some photos. You can also get a boat ride to the island, either from Kotor or Perast. Back in Perast, we had some free time to wander through its charming waterfront restaurants and quaint alleys. Perast offers a relaxed, elegant atmosphere, and it's a perfect escape from the crowds of Kotor. I seized the opportunity to try some refreshing local ice cream while heading back to our waterside venue for lunch. Lunch and a drink was included on this tour, and the food was fresh, featuring locally caught fish and a refreshing Perast cake, all thoroughly enjoyed in spectacular surroundings. After a very leisurely lunch, it was time to make our journey back to Kotor, although I could have easily stayed in Perast for the rest of the afternoon. Once we arrived in Kotor, our excursion continued with a short walking tour of the Old Town. By 2 p.m. when we arrived, the Old Town was very crowded, so we made a quick visit to the Maritime Museum, which is a must-see for history enthusiasts. After the excursion, I only had 30 minutes left to explore before I needed to catch the last tender back to the ship. So I decided to explore the Old Town's maze of streets independently. My advice if you're visiting Kotor is to visit early in the day to avoid the crowds. One quirky stop I had to visit before I left was Kotor Cats Museum. This is mainly a collection of cat memorabilia and photos, and while the cats weren't as numerous in Kotor as those in Dubrovnik, the cat museum is still a fun detour for a couple of euros, and you might spot 1 or 2 sleepy cats outside. Then it was time to make my way back to the ship. My tip is when you're crossing this busy road between the Old Town and the dockside, always take this escalator, which is a much safer and quicker way to cross. At the dockside, you'll also find another opportunity to purchase last-minute souvenirs before you head back on board or catch your tender to your ship. Once again, before we boarded the tender, we were greeted with cold towels, which was once again much appreciated after a long, hot day in port. After the sail away, I headed to the ship's bow, which was open once again for scenic sailing. One of the things I love about Holland America Line is their commitment to making the scenic elements of an itinerary such as this accessible to all guests. Whereas other cruise lines tend to only grant access to the bow for guests maybe with a certain cabin grade or loyalty status, Holland America invites and welcomes everyone to join them and truly savour the journey. As we sailed out of the Bay of Kotor, our pilot disembarked, and we set course for Corfu, which is our next port on this Adriatic Gems itinerary. It had been a long and jam-packed day, so tonight I wanted to have an early dinner and enjoy some of the entertainment on board. So I opted to head up to the dive-in burger bar next to the Lido deck, which serves food until 6 p.m. Dive-in cooks burgers to order, and I can confidently say, in my 20 years or so of cruise holidays, Holland America Line does the best poolside burgers at sea. You head up to the counter, place your order, and then you're given a buzzer. I had to wait a grand total of 10 minutes for my food to be ready, which was just enough time for me to find a table and order a beer. If you don't want to wait for a burger or hot dog, or if you prefer something different, then this taco bar is located right next to Dive-In, where you can build your own delicious tacos. So let's quickly look at some of Oosterdam's live entertainment venues. The World Stage Theatre features dance ensembles, comedians, live musicians and vocalists, and is the main theatre on board. The Ocean Bar provides a more ambient music experience with its evening performances from a musical trio. For livelier fun, billboard onboards dueling pianos are always a big hit, and it's a venue I've returned to many times on this cruise. And finally, the Rolling Stone Lounge offers high-energy live band performances 6 nights a week, covering many musical genres from R&B, Motown, rock and pop, and often with a packed dance floor.
That's Gabriel Aronson on the keys, everybody.
Stay tuned for the next episode as we explore the beautiful port of Corfu, one of the prettiest stops on this itinerary. I'll take you around some of the key sites to explore in Corfu's Old Town and where to find the best place for Loukoumades and Greek coffee on the island. Come with me on a behind-the-scenes bridge tour with the captain. Yes, I did sneak a photo with a hat. Plus, I try out Holland America Line's pop-up restaurant, Morimoto by Sea, and cap off the evening with an extremely fun and entertaining bar hop around the ship, before finishing up on the Lido deck to experience Holland America Line's infamous Orange Night and Orange Party on board, which you don't want to miss. If you found this video useful, then please like and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, links in the description below, or watch some more of my Oosterdam content now.